Hi there, how are you? All right, we're going to start your reading. It's nice to see you,
Perfect.
Dena.
Yes, me too.
Thank you. When we first got on together, I felt a male energy and spirit. I felt like a father figure was coming through. Father energy, someone that you care deeply about. I feel like there was a lot of pain in his transition over to spirit. Emotional pain for you. So right away I felt a male energy come through. Did you lose your father? I'll just come out and ask.
Yeah, actually my stepfather.
But you were close?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I felt the closeness there. And was he a tall guy?
He was taller, yes.
Yeah.
About like 6 foot, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like he's taller than you.
Yeah.
And he's looking down at you and he's saying, "This is my girl." He said, "This is my heart." So I feel like he was the father that you never really had. Like he was the most important male figure in your life. And his transition was very hard on you. And he's telling me, he says you still cry, but I get it because that kind of connection, this is an important man for you coming in. And, you know, he says, I'm as close as your skin. He said, I literally, you can feel my breath. I'm so close to you and watching over you. He goes, I'll never leave you. He called you a princess. He said, this is my princess. And he said, you share the love of ice cream. Sign me up. I love ice cream.
He loves sweets. Oh my gosh.
But he's showing me, did you guys go for ice cream? Did he take you for ice cream? What was it?
He promised my girls that he was going to take them for ice cream, but then he passed. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Do you have twins or super close in age?
My girls are, my two of them are close in age, yes.
Okay, that's what he's saying. They're like little twins of each other.
And they do look alike.
They do, because they're little twins of each other. And he says, you're a great mom. He said, never doubt what a fantastic mom you are, because you're a fantastic mom. You put those kids first. You're like selfless when it comes to those little girls. And he's so proud of you. Like he's showing me like this pride. He was there for high school graduation. And did you go to not like a long college, but did you go right after high school to I'm just going to throw it out there, like a secretarial school or something, or to get a certification in something?
Cosmetology school.
Cosmetology. I saw a certificate. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because he said it was a short school and she was out and already working. And he said, did you do his hair? Because he's saying you give great shampoos. He's like,
yeah, I did once in a while because he didn't have a lot of hair, but I did once in a while.
He said you massaged his hair really good.
Yeah.
Whatever head. You massaged his head really good. And he's showing me walks in the park with you. Like he talks to you. He cared deeply about how you felt about things. So when you walk the girls in the park, do you feel him?
I feel him all the time.
Yeah.
But definitely in nature when it's quiet.
Yeah, this is what he's showing me. He said that he was there with balloons when you had the babies. He was always there, like always there until he wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
He was a constant figure.
Oh my gosh, when I had my first child, I was in labor for like, I think 3 days or something. It was like something bizarre, some very long time. And he didn't leave. He did not leave. And I was like shocked. Like, it was funny.
Well, he says that you're the daughter to him. You're his daughter. He's not talking about you as a stepchild. I feel that karmically you had a very special bonds. Like it's not just now, it's a karmic, sacred relationship that you had. And he's totally helping you from the other side with money. He's like, tell her not to stress about money. More is coming. And he's showing me, do you have sisters and brothers? No. He's saying out of everyone, you're the one that
Yeah.
makes him the happiest.
Yeah, I have a brother with my mother. My mother and I, or my mother had my brother and I, and then he and my mother had a daughter.
Oh, okay. So out of all the kids, you made him the happiest, he says.
That's funny.
Well, I also think it's because, like, he's telling me your personality is kindness and you have this good nature that, you know, you don't see very often. And that's what he's bringing through to me. And then he's saying, she told me to come in. Do you ask him to come in?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
So he said, you asked him to come in. He goes, I'm here. Like he just, is he funny? He seems like a very funny guy. Like, here I am.
Very sarcastic.
But I don't feel like this is the first time he's doing this. Like, I feel like he's connected with you before through another medium, perhaps.
Yeah, he actually connects. I feel like anytime I ask him just in general, like when I'm here to come through to me, he does.
Yeah, he says you're sensitive to it as well.
Yeah.
He said he worked very hard in his life and he saved money.
He did, yes. He worked very hard, yes.
And when the energy is really big, it's like this new thing that I love to do. I leave my phone on vibrate. And when the energy is really good and spirit is really strong, Surrey goes off. It's so...
Oh, that's weird.
This is this new thing that I discovered.
I love that.
It's kind of cool. So he's like, I feel him. Oh my God. He is funny and he's got like this joyful spirit and he's like a big presence. And he's like, I was the life of the party. He goes, I got everybody up. He's showing me he got everybody up to dance. He's like the guy.
He liked to have a good time.
Yeah. He's like, I'm the life of the party. He says, I'm the life of the party. He said, when you got married, he gave you away, he says.
He did. Him and my dad both did. Yes, they did.
He said it was an honor. And he said, she has a dad. He's a nice guy, but I'm the fun dad, he says.
Yeah. My dad he's a sweetheart, but he's definitely a lot more strict.
He says, I'm the fun one. I'm the one they had all the fun with.
Yeah.
So now he's talking about his illness. He's saying that once diagnosed, he went relatively quickly. He's talking about did he have a lung condition too? And heart? I feel it in my chest.
Yeah. He just, we don't know what happened. It just was really quick, and then his heart just slowly just went down to zero. So.
And I'm feeling like he was in the house when this happened. I'm feeling like he just didn't feel well, and he knew something was wrong. And he said my color changed. They noticed my color changed. Yeah,
he was gray. Yep.
Yeah, and he said I knew it was. I'm sorry, he made a joke. He goes, I knew it was lights out for me. He just made
oh my gosh. He totally would do that.
He goes, it was lights out for me.
Honest to God.
But he said he was with you. He said he was surrounded by people he loved.
Yeah. There was everybody there when he died at the hospital, and we all rushed to get there. Everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. But he said he couldn't really speak at the very end.
You are right.
but he said he knew everybody was there. And he said, you squeezed his hand. You squeezed hands. Do you remember that?
I do. Before he died, he was in the hospital for about a week and a half. He went in because he just kept retaining water. And then they got a phone call from my mom that he had a heart attack. And then he had 3 strokes in a row. And I was always in there, like, squeezing his hand and talking with him while he was incoherent. So
he said he knew everything you said, and you were there the whole time. Because he said this wasn't expected. Like, he was okay, and then it was.
Yes.
I knew it was the beginning of something bad, because he says, I'm never sick.
Yes. No, never.
And does your mom have dark hair? He's showing me, he goes, this is my beautiful wife.
Sorry.
Is she into the Blessed Mother? Why is he showing me? Are you Catholic?
She is, but she's Catholic. She says she's Catholic, but does she go to church? No.
No, but she doesn't go to church, but he says she prays to the Blessed Mother, and I'm standing there.
Yeah, she's Catholic.
She would pray to the Blessed Mother, would be her person she would pray to? Because after he goes, she's praying to the Blessed Mother for me, but I'm standing right there. Why doesn't she talk to me?
Yep.
He's with his mom, and he's showing me how much he adored his mom. He's got his arm around her. She was little. Did you ever meet her?
Yeah. Oh my God. We were all very close. She was very, very tiny. She had cerebral palsy? I think that's what it.
But
she's so tiny.
She was the most loving mother. He said, he goes, because of her, I always loved women and took care of women. So he had such a great mom, you know.
She's so sweet.
When a man loves his mother, you know, that's always the good sign. I tell my single girlfriends, find out how he feels about his mother.
It's true. Yeah.
But he said he's very proud of you. The girls are fine. You have 3?
I have 3, yeah.
Yeah, so he's saying that, but the girls are like little dolls of each other. They look like little dolls. And he says he's putting them next to. Do you also dress them alike?
I do.
He's showing me you dress them alike.
I do.
He's like, she loves these little girls. They're like your little dolls. And he said he understands why, because he loves them too that way. Does your husband, is he into cars? Because I keep getting cars coming up.
He used to have like an old car, but that was when he was young.
Do you know what kind of car it was?
If it was a Chevy, I'm gonna laugh.
Okay, I would laugh because it would be a car of my generation. But I think they're gonna want him to come back and start working again, and when he's gonna start coming in, like flowing. So I don't know if it's a new contract that he's gonna be getting, because it's needed, but your dad is explaining that.
Okay.
Just read the fine print now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a contract that's coming in. He needs to read the fine print on that. But it's going to be a nice amount of money, and you won't have to worry about going back to work if you didn't want to go back to work.
Okay.
But he says you can go back to work because people really love you. If you wanted to go back to work, but you don't have to. He said he's trying to keep you home with the kids.
I love it. Yeah, I've been home for quite a few years.
Oh, good. Okay, so then don't worry about that.
But I've been thinking about it, so he is right though, because I have been thinking about it, so he is right.
He said if you have your choice to do what you want to do, Dena.
Okay.
But he says you enjoy being a mom too much to want to go back to work. So he said 2 weeks you'll know.
Okay.
And we'll get a call with a new contract of some sort.
Interesting.
And it'll be It'll be work. I mean, he's going to work, but he's not afraid to work. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a very, very hard worker.
Very hard worker. And your stepfather's saying, just like me, how would you know the name Joe or J initial?
Joe is my husband.
Okay. So he's saying he's watching over your husband. He's patting your husband Joe on the back, and he's saying, "That a boy, Joe. Keep up the good work. Keep making babies." He wants another grandchild.
Of
Were
course.
you thinking of having a fourth?
We were thinking of maybe hoping to try for a boy.
He's holding a boy. He's got.
Is he?
I'm helping this baby come in.
Oh my gosh.
So he's cheering for you. I feel like he's gonna bring a boy in. Do you have a dog in spirit, or would your stepfather have a dog in spirit?
He would have a couple of them in spirit. Yes.
All those dogs.
Yeah.
He's showing me like two smaller dogs, not giant dogs. He's holding two small ones, like not small like Chihuahua, like chunky, like even it could be a medium-sized dog like a lab, but he's definitely holding two dogs right now. And
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe you may have met actually.
I know who they are. Yes.
Since he knows you. How would you know the name Lulu or an L name, Lulu?
Luna.
Luna.
Yes, she died. She was one of our golden retrievers.
That's what I was seeing, a beige like, golden dog, and he's holding that dog.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Yeah, I thought it was I was going to say Lula or something.
Yeah.
Okay, Luna. That makes sense. He goes, I got her, don't worry.
Aww.
And who would have liked horses? Like, who would have been the person that liked horses? Oh.
I did.
Do you still?
I did until I was super allergic to them. And then I do have a sister, not related to him, but my dad and my stepmom have a daughter, and she has a horse. So
your sister has a daughter that has a horse?
No, my stepmom and my dad have a daughter, so she's like my half sister. She has a horse.
Okay. He goes, oh my God, but that horse cost me. Between the lessons and the board and the riding.
Yeah.
But he said he was always fair to everybody. He didn't ever want the kids to feel
it wasn't his daughter, it was my dad and my stepmom's daughter that had the horse.
Okay.
But I did take lessons, so he could be talking about me.
Yeah, he said that you really liked horses. He almost wanted to get you one.
That's funny.
He said I would have gotten her anything she wanted.
That's sweet.
So is there another girl that he would have been close to besides you that would be younger than you?
Yeah, that would be his daughter. With
his
my mom.
Daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Did she go down like a little bit of a different track than what he would have? Like, was he worried about her going down the wrong track?
He was very like pro college, and she did college, but now she's not doing anything that has to do with college.
That's kind of what he's concerned about. Because she wasn't as grounded or had as much direction as you. Like you met the nice guy, you got your certificate for beauty school, you just did things pragmatically, and she's like all over the map. And he said he has to kind of try to watch over her because he worries about her. And he also says she drives like a maniac, and to tell her to go down.
Okay, that does not surprise me at all.
Do you live near her?
Do I what?
Do you live near her? Would you be near her?
We're probably like a half hour, so not far.
Yeah, don't go in the car with her. She still drives like a maniac.
I have never actually driven with her, but I have heard she drives crazy.
He says, what is she doing? Like, why does she drive like that? He said for me to tell you to call her when I get off the phone with you.
Okay.
You need to tell her to slow the F down.
Yeah, I believe it.
Did he use the F word?
Oh, yeah.
Like, tell her to slow down.
So like when you said it, it was very natural because that's like what he would say.
Yeah, and he said, tell her that. And he said, I'm sick and tired of doing the near miss with her. This is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel like your mother, like, is good financially. Like, she's okay. Like, he kind of did the right thing with her with money. He helped her, you know, set herself up so she doesn't have to like kill herself. But I feel like there's a solemnness with her right now since his passing. She puts on the happy face, but she misses him terribly.
Oh yeah, she misses him a lot.
Yeah. That's what he's talking about. How he goes to her at night to try to keep her comfortable. He said she doesn't sleep great. She has trouble sleeping. And
yeah,
she has trouble sleeping. And he's
she's been through a lot.
With the sleeping though too. Is it because she takes medicine that keeps her up, or is she drinking too much coffee?
No, she's actually she's gone through a lot of really, really bad medical issues since he's been passed.
That's what he told me. He's trying to keep her here. And she's on a lot of meds that he doesn't think he needs to be on.
Yeah.
And he's basically asking her to go to another doctor.
Yep.
One that's a little bit more holistic, that won't bombard her with pharmaceuticals, because what's happening is all the medications that she's on as a whole are taxing her system, and she's not able to calm her body at night to go to sleep. Does that make sense?
Yeah, she's been waking up a lot in the middle of the night, then staying awake, and then her sleeping pattern is crazy. She had cancer. She almost died many times. It's been a very scary road with him gone, and then her diagnosis after.
Yeah. He says he's trying to keep her here longer for the kids because she wants to stay with the kids. But he said, you've got to get her to raise her vibration, to think positive.
Okay.
And maybe you'll send this video to her. Maybe this will help her.
Yeah.
He's trying to keep her here for you, for the kids. But he's showing me she gets nauseous a lot too.
Yeah, she gets bad stomach aches.
Mm-hmm. And it's these pills are not, like, all together, they're not doing her any good. But she trusts this doctor, but she needs to get a second opinion on all these meds. So if it's maybe the oncologist, that she needs to see another oncologist, or another just a general?
All of them. And me and her have this fight all the time. So he's right.
Yeah, you need to let her watch this video. I don't think she's going to believe in this stuff though.
She doesn't, and you're so right. But if there's something that we could maybe have him say that would really resonate, I'm hoping that she would.
Okay, did she trip recently and fall?
That actually, when did
she?
Her,
and I feel it was in the kitchen he's showing me, and he said, tell her I grabbed her so she wouldn't hurt her knee.
Okay.
And
that would make sense though.
Maybe that'll resonate with her. And she'll realize I'm actually talking to this guy, her husband. Like, she doesn't believe anything.
Yep.
She doesn't have an open mind.
Yep. But and then she's like, why doesn't he ever come to me? I'm like, because you don't believe he's there.
And she says, he says he says she would never believe in this stuff.
Yep.
Like, if it doesn't, she is so about literal. If it doesn't hit her over the head, smack her in the face, she's not going to believe it.
Absolutely.
And he said that's the most fun he had, was teasing her all the time. He would tease her.
Oh my gosh, all the time.
He was constantly teasing her, like almost like a routine, like that comedian from New York, Rodney Dangerfield. Here's my wife, take her. She doesn't believe anything, like that kind of thing.
That was their relationship.
It was like a comedy act. And people would love them together, would laugh. But he said she was my one and only love. He feels like that was the love of his life. She was
so
it.
Sweet.
Yeah. Is your grandmother alive? Your mother's mother?
She is actually, yeah.
And did he help her? He said he tried to help her too. I almost feel like with money, like they had given her money or something. He's trying to tell me that he helped her or build something
I don't know.
for her when he was alive. He helped her.
I know they've always helped her, like, you know, move or do things.
Yeah, I'm feeling like he built something for her. Did she need some kind of ramp, like so she didn't have to go upstairs or something?
Not that I'm aware of. Maybe he's talking about what's going on with her now, maybe.
Is she in a home now or need assistance?
Yes.
Okay, so I see the ramp
Yeah.
where she lives.
Yes.
Okay. She's not doing that well. I almost feel like she's having
She's not
can't
doing good at all.
remember things. She can't remember things. Did she get
Yep.
diagnosed with Alzheimer's? Or-
She just did. Yep.
Well, he's saying your mother's really going through it right now between her stuff and your grandmother's stuff. And
Yeah.
he's trying to help, but he says don't try to help too much because you got to focus on your kids and your husband. And do you like to cook?
Yeah.
Do you like to cook?
I
Wait,
do actually.
don't
yes.
tell me. You do like to
Okay.
cook? But
Yes.
don't tell me you do like to cook.
Yes.
Okay. But do you like to use your slow cooker more often than not?
Yes. I like if something's just like done.
That's what he said. He said he's with you. You throw everything in this pot and you plug it in. He goes, what kind of cooking is this?
Yeah, I like it, but there's some days where I'm just like, I'm done.
That's what he's saying. He's like, he goes, what kind of cooking is this? You throw everything in it and then you hope it tastes good.
Yep.
Because that's what she does. He goes, but oddly enough, these kids eat this.
That is true.
But then he says you order pizza a lot. Like he's around you constantly.
I love him. Yes, he really is. Yeah, we do get pizza a lot. Before all this happened, we got pizza every Friday, like clockwork.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you live in Michigan. I think the pizza by you is a lot better than California. I can't stand.
It's actually very good over here.
I know, like California. Ugh, disgusting.
Yeah. No.
Was it 2 years ago that he crossed? Two? I'm getting the number 2. Or do you know if he died on the 2nd of the month?
He died actually be 6 years this year.
Did he pass on, or is it, he's showing me the number 2? Do you know if their anniversary was the 2nd? Like the 2 is
He died on the 22nd.
Okay, 22nd. Okay, 2. Okay. And the shock of him getting sick and dying, within 2 years of his passing, she had gotten cancer and was downhill because she wouldn't have gotten that. It was just too much on her system.
You're right. It was about 2 years because she started feeling sick almost about 2 years after he passed. And then she finally was diagnosed 6 months after. So about 2.5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. But she's got to look at the pharmaceuticals and see another doctor. She's on wait.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page with that. Wow. Dad says you have a question. Do you have a question that we didn't go over?
I do have a couple of questions. It's kind of regarding more to me than anything else, if that's okay.
Of course.
Okay. You were talking about the whole like him telling me don't worry about going back to work, which I love that. But I've been kind of looking into doing something on my own, but I'm not sure what direction to take with that because I feel like I've tried things, but nothing seems to like stick. So that was one of like, I guess like some of my concern right now.
So if you're thinking you'd like to try something, but you're not sure what to try because the things that you've tried in the past don't actually fly.
Yeah, and I definitely want to do something like on my own.
It's creative though, whatever you're going to do.
I feel the same way.
It's very creative because you're like an artist.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying, what made you happy when you were 5? Like when you were 4 and 5, what made you the happiest? Start opening that part of you. What made you the most happiest during that time? As a little kid, like the memories of what made you happiest. And I feel it is creative. Very, very creative. And I wouldn't be surprised if you end up doing what I do. I mean, maybe not mediumship at some point, because I think it would happen later in your life, but I think you love art. And to me, this is an art form. It's not an exact science, but it's definitely a very creative art form. But
I was thinking of doing, and maybe this will give you a yes or no.
I feel creative for sure. Like something with color and painting. But what do you think you'd want to do?
It's funny that you say the painting because that was brought up to me before. And it's come to me before and I don't know what that is. Cause I've never, like I painted hair cause I've done hair, but I feel like doing hair again is just so not what I want to do.
Well, that's okay because I don't think you really want the energy of all the people you'd have to be.
Yes, that's exactly it.
You're so not like them.
Totally not like them.
You're not like them. Do you own another piece of property, or would you think about maybe not a property, but would you have to move something around? Like literally move something around to do this endeavor that you really want to do? You'd have to change things and move things around. Getting like, is it to sell something that you have to make this a broader part of your life?
I don't know.
Or are you going to build something onto the house that you have to make it like an office or an area where you can do this in?
I'm almost wondering, I'm going to throw this out there. I'm almost wondering, I've been really into photography, but I wasn't sure if that was more of my creative hobby or more something I was going to take down the line further.
No, I think you could take it down the line further because I think you're very talented. And I think you're going to have like a studio that you'll build on.
That makes sense then.
Work on, or like a little she shed. You can make your own photographs and have like a studio there. No, I think you have a talent for it. It's very, very artistic. But I saw color, I saw vibrancy.
Yeah.
And I think you like nature pictures too.
That is what I love, yes.
The nature pictures and the turning of the leaves and all that, I think that's going to be, but it's also artistic in some way. It's a little different what you do with photographs. Do you collage them? Have you done something with them that's a little different?
I've been looking into different art forms since I've had the time. So that I guess it's just one of those things where I guess when I find it, I'll know type of thing.
Yeah. I say, yes, do it. It's not a lot of cost or startup, but I definitely see you you're going to move your house stuff around so you'll have more room to do it in.
See, that kind of goes into something else because we were thinking about actually moving.
Moving. I said move.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have like a guest house or something to move into.
Interesting.
Yeah. He says you do good when you're outside. He's telling me to have you walk more in nature.
Okay.
Get out, even if it's, he wants you out an hour a day, but if you can get out and walk for 30 minutes a day, he says you're going to get ideas in nature for how you're going to do this project. Yeah.
I definitely need to do that more. Absolutely.
And I see like that house that I see a red house, like it's red looking to me.
Okay.
But he's backing up now. He's moving out. And he's telling me to say, you know, to think of him often and ask him for what you need because he's helping you.
I love that.
Yeah, he's helping you. And then they kind of got quiet. So before we wrap up, Dena, do you have any other questions?
I think that was pretty much what, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, you feel complete?
Yeah, I do.
I'm so glad we did this.
That was so cool. And I love that he had Luna up there with him. It's so funny.